Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 517th edition of Invest Digital Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, I will tell you that no, this is the first trading no day for the new month and also for the week. And before we go into looking at the trading day for the month of June, I would like to have a reflection on what happened in the month of May, globally and domestically here down on NGX, Nigeria. But I want to tell you that the first time for almost 35 years that matured market, especially US market, closing the month of May in green, despite the volatility and also the sell-off witnessed so far since Trump came on board because of fear of tariff, trade war, and inconsistent policy. All of that have also mind the economy and also the global economy that today as we speak, I think that the global economy is slowing down already because of what policy, somersault, the political tension here and there, trade war policy that is not that clear, and all as happening as we speak now is also impacting global market. Why some market are also looking green as we speak, but the month of May, don't forget that it's a matured market or international market. Say sell in May and come back in October. But we're seeing that trend changed in the month because of what after there was panic selling, there's pullback, sector rotation continuing, portfolio balancing. That also impressive energy that came from some of the big tech companies in this mature economy pushed the month of May to close in green. And that as to speak now, that trend for me, it's not only for the matured market. I know I said it for the first time for more than 35 years, but in Nigeria, we're seeing that our market has always defied the month of May, repeating history again for another year. Once I can tell you that for almost now 20, 27 to 28 years, the index, the month of May has closed positively for 19 times. That is a good news for our market. I can see that the market had inflow of funds the month of May, but towards the end of May, we saw fund also leaving the market instead of profit taking. But I will discuss that, but I need to just to reflect on what happened in the month of May. And that's also to be the kind of what you said there, the foundation for the new month of June. Because June is a month that in the history of Nigeria market is a month I call it a sell month, a pullback month to create opportunity for investors to also, despite I was still expecting to see some match account in Nigeria market that also hit the market, but I don't see those match accounts to turning the trend. But it might not be the market will totally correct, but might see a little pullback here and there, and that is why as a trader investor, take advantage of the pullbacks we're going to experience or collective correction in the month of June to position forward for any season in the month of what in the month of July. Yes, let's come back to what is happening in the global market. So today being the first trading day of the week. Yeah, don't forget that after the what we call it, is it Liberty Day or what we call it in US, that just happened, and also court case on the tariff and all that. We saw that there was kind of another dimension that came about, came up on this trade tariff and all those stuff. You can see that, all the market, the mature market are in red as we speak the first trading day of June. Why? Because of what another dimension that have come, in terms of tariff discussion, negotiation table. It's like the table has broken. Is it that the court case, judgment that came here? Yes, after the liberation day, what happened and all that? Is it that Trump have achieved, that move to be sure that even when a court tax in the US that the economy was to be running, trying to use their tariffs to make up for the deficit in budget and other stuff. What are we saying? Is it going to continue? Global economies are already sweating because of all this activity. This is the sixth month we are entering that will lead toward the end of the first half of 2025. I think that market, material economy, or the economy also generally, global economy is struggling because of what confusion here and there. Sort of no, but one thing is that no policy cannot take the place of what economy. I tell you that a long run economy will prevail. Let me tell you, as a trader investor, you must make sure that you pay attention to look at policy that will impact the economy positively, even as we're seeing up and down movement here and there, in the mature economy, or that let's understand what is happening in our economy where we are trading or where we are playing to know how to make information. Yes, you can see that market cannot operate in isolation. Yes, one needs a presence of foreign flow in and out, but when you understand how your economy operates or where the market you trade operates, it's better for you to make what informed decision. But I believe that from what is happening, If you look at what is happening in your economy, is it recovering? Is the economy making moves to make sure that they take advantage of what is happening globally? Is your market a new destination for a new market for other economy? These are things. Is there a policy that your government, in terms of their monetary policy, fiscal policy, are making to make sure that they project their economy to be a point that will be attracting foreign flow? What are they doing? These are things that you should consider. But yes, before we come to that, let's look at what is happening in Asia as we speak now. Asia market, like I said, open of the first trading day of the week, lower, sort of fear of what US and China trade war escalating. This because of what after Trump have kind of accused China of violating what the recent trade deal, which China or Beijing have said no, they debunked that. But these are the things that also increase military activities between Russia and Ukraine. We see what is happening also ahead of peace talk. All these are what are kind of weighing on investor sentiment. We see what is happening in Pakistan and India. All these are the things that I feel that the geopolitical tension is also kind of setting a lot of fear. But I believe that China also, right, look at India, and the China trade, between the reducing the demand or buying of Russia oil. All these things are also happening. But as trade issue continue or tariff like break, we saw that other investment windows like we saw that the commodity market oil price moving almost like 30% today. We saw also Bitcoin also and moving northward as we speak. Tells that investors are looking at where can we not accelerate safe haven at this particular time. But I believe that there is a matter of time. Things will also normalize. But that's why you as a trader, you must look at what is driving this shift in sentiment. You are seeing a lot of volatility in the market. Again, for me, how can you benefit from this volatility? That is the topic for today. How can you trade this volatility profitably? You must understand how it works. Yes, like I've said, don't forget that Asia market, the major economy there is in China. Was China is having a holiday today, but despite the holiday, we are seeing also information coming that the policy margin for China for almost 2 consecutive times now has come below expectation to reflect the pressure of what tariff on our trade because most of the importation or exportation have slowed down, and that's also reflecting on what on China economy. As we speak, also, I think that Hong Kong also, index has dropped by almost 2.3% in the red. And these are the things that's happening right away. If you look at Japan, the Japan Nikkei 224 also has slide down by 1.5. These are good drop we're seeing. Also, if you look at also even when the pressure on a stronger yen in that environment, we see that stocks are going down. Why also consider South Korea also is down by 1%, and that of Australia is also down by 0.2, and also Singapore also is also down by 0.4%. We can also look at what is happening in India. India market is also down by 0. You can see that this week has opened on a negative note. This first trading day of the month of June and also for the week. I can tell you that it has sent a signal what should spread in June. But this not to conclude that the month of June will be down, but it will still opportunity for those that are able to take profit in May to buy into value again. Because I tell you, the extended earnings in the month of July will give more insight on what is expected from that. I believe that these are the things we expect that will shape the market. Even in India also, we are seeing that the GDP that came from that environment also. I'll tell you that the figure that came was very, very important, very, very strong number. I'll tell you that this is stronger than expected. Domestic product, which is the GDP, that was released on Friday, was strong, and that's why India has ranked among the third, largest economy in the world. The third are the largest economy in the world, and because it shows that despite what is happening, this economy is resident at the same time is heading to somewhere. I tell you that this economy, a country that has a plan. I see that since the president came on board, has consistency in growth, and that's also a good one for us. Like I said, in that region, the only people are seeing a positive light now. A lot of before the presidential election was set, to take place this Tuesday, we are seeing also some stock looking good in South Korea. As I said earlier, rising like about just 0.2 this hour. But I tell you that China rejected Trump accusation, saying that yes, the talk or kind of the assumption that they are broken really is not from them, but that's lot of what from US. Like I mentioned earlier, that we have seen that the Purchasing Managers Index for China is below expectation. this for two consecutive straight months. We are seeing that it's below expect to reflect the these are the sign of weakness for me was also good. Then we are seeing that oil price has edged up, as I said earlier, by 3%. Then looking at what is happening in the Europe market is not left behind. Even when the policy meeting is ahead this week, the European Central Bank was seeing that the market has opened also in the red as we speak because of what the return of this trade policies from US and other. This also what is trading those markets also in red. Germany drop like Germany ADS also is down by 0.3. Also that of CFA of France also down by 0.3, and UK is not left behind. That's a down of 0.1. And I'll tell you that even when EU have said okay they are prepared for tariff countermeasures, fine, I agree, but we want to see if the ECB will also continue rate cut, also will also see at the end of their meeting this week. That will also give more insight to what. But I believe that Germany is gathering momentum because that is the largest economy in that region. But to see what to support the region in terms of economic activities. But I believe until this trade tariff issue is solved, because I tell you like the steel and the steel and aluminium tariff of 50% is high, and how it's going to for me, let's see how it's going to work and see how the European Union or zone can match with it. I said that probably I believe that Trump will work accordance with on all those regions and see how we can sort it out. But the tension between Russia and US and China has also put the market. Just want to speak that the market this morning across the globe is not smiling at all. Like I said it earlier, the ECB meeting is due this week, and that is another good thing. That also where is the direction in terms of rate. Price of oil I mentioned that was up even when OPEC have announced plan to increase production in July. We are seeing price also looking up. Even when also Trump has also deliberately put plan in place to make that oil price will not go up, so that the energy price in that they will not affect or kind of impact what inflation in US. But let's wait and see. Can you control all this? You want to cut rate, you want to control oil price. Let's wait and see how it's going to do it. But I believe that every investor in every market looking at what is happening now, and that will also shape your investment. That's why volatility is part of what investor will use at any given time to make informed investment decision that will help them to make to move ahead, because we are on the market to make money. Even when may have positive for US, this morning we see that market have faced southward. This one after of all tension between China and US also more again. They open on what another chance of war, another trade war also that will be costly for both economy. But let's see whether there is chance for them also to come come in between and America. It's still another opportunity for especially US to cut Fed to cut rate in this dimension, in this environment of what is happening. We'll see, like I mentioned earlier, that okay, ECB is also going to have their own meeting. We'll really be cutting rate in this situation that we're seeing the global economy, and that is what we're waiting to see. Even the heightened tension, all these are impacting on what on price of stocks. That's why we are seeing stocks are down right away, in this economy, this matured economy right now because of what the change in direct direction. These are the things that are impacting those markets, and this sentiment continue to also rub up in some emerging markets. For those markets that are still stable with good policy, I tell you, funds will still be coming. But I believe that investors should look at where funds are coming in, and any pullback in those markets is where you also should take advantage of it. As we speak now, S&P is down by 0.6%, Nasdaq is down, and also even Glanjo is also down as we speak because of what this uncertainties or tension that just come from what from the after the liberation day. These are the things we are seeing right now. Even when, like I said earlier, May had about almost 6% gain, even 6.7% gain, but rather we are seeing that the month of June is starting in this direction. Can Fed seek also cut rate this year? Let's wait and see, because of what we are seeing up and down. We must see where they are headed to. I told you earlier that we are seeing that Bitcoin and oil all looking up as speak. But if you go to African market, I can tell you that yes, if you look at the US, African market, look at South Africa. South Africa release also their purchasing manager index, also looking down again, showing that the part of global economies also reflect South Africa. Not only that, even that their index in terms of market is in green, but the data coming out from South Africa is also not looking too good. In terms of manufacturing activities or business activities in that zone also are looking also down. But also, if you look at Nigeria, I said that African market is mixed. The Nigerian market is in green right now. Even when the potential manager index that was released here in Nigeria slide down again from 54.2 in April to 52.7. Even when their business activities also remain in green, I will tell you that here, but still the growth have eased, to almost a 4 months low right away. But for me, the good thing is that investors should also look at this the last month of the quarter. We have seen a good potential margin for the month of April. For May now, it's slowing down. What of June? That will give you what you expect. But the good thing is that if the business activities continue to rise, but growth is toward this level, let's see if there will reverse. Also, it's a reflection of what increasing inflationary pressure that also are kind of weakening potential, but even when others are still increasing, because I see that they are still weak increase and in Apple, but still new orders are coming, good one, but employment also has fallen for the first time in 6 months. Let's wait and see how all this will play out, especially as the government is also celebrating 2 years in office. But let's go back to the market proper. Look at what the market is doing right away now. As we speak now, the market is slightly in the green, which is also a good news for us. Like I mentioned earlier, we want to look at what is the state of the market. We're having 21 gainers against the 18 losers right now in the market. But you can see that low cap stocks have dominated the index. We're not seeing all those big names that over, but still the market is in green because we're having more buyers and sellers. And marginally, market is up by 0.8, 0.08 as we speak now, marginally. For good one that is not in red before it had opened. You can see if you look at the chart here, market right over this the first of the month. You can see it here, or for the week, market is slightly in the green. But the good news that market has conveniently crossed different line of 110, 111, and tested 112 before pulling back to trade above board 111. For me, it's a good one for the market in the month of May. But let's see how far June will go. But on this note, I'll tell you that we're having what we call a deep capital as the top gainer right now, followed by Royal Exchange. I've seen insurance dominating now, Royal Exchange. Also seen linkage assurance, or peak insurance, which is a correlation. But seen legend coming back at 650 kobo, and also the new PDC REIT also. But on the loser chart, if taking have hit some of the stock right now, I've seen that QTs, University Press, MC Nicole, Datcom, and the Honeywell and UPDC. These are the ones that also looking in the red right away as we speak. Yes, we'll go to our topics for today. It's very, very important because of our time. We need to spend time and look at it because I expect to see a volatile market in the month of June and also beyond. How prepared are you to take advantage of this volatility? How can we trade it profitably and know that yes, we are smiling and we are making money in the market? It's good to understand this so that when you are trading probability, there are things that you want to look at because it is the center of volatility. In any volatile market, what moves up and down is the price. How is the price is moving? How are they returning? How are they going up and down over time? Because we want to pay attention to it so that it will help you to make what informed. That's why attention will be what on price action to measure what to measure volatility. How often is price jump and how far do they go? What this will help trader to therefore now define the time and at the same time create also a strategy that will make also benefit from it. Just watching the price up and down does not really give you the money. When it stock go up to support level, where did it go toward to the a resistance level? If you're able to get this range, like I call it the value area between the support and resistance level, once you're able to get it and know the right time to break up, that is how you can trade this thing profitably because price can move faster than expected, especially with this different sentiment or news driving the sentiment up and down. You must position yourself so that at the end of the day, you will not be left behind in this market. Because if you understand how volatility works, you also look to create opportunity for you. You apply strategies that will help you to harness what is happening and also to take it to your own advantage and make what informed investment decision. That is why the strategy is very, very important. because it differs depending on what your investment objective. If you are a day trader, if you're a day trader, you know what to pay attention to, because if prices move in minutes, they move in hours, you know what to look at, at that particular time. But also you must pay attention to your volume, because I say price action is good to trade the world, to trade the volatility. But you must understand what is also the volume supporting that price, because it is that volume that will help you to make what, to know whether the stock will move. But it is this fluctuation in stock that we want to take advantage of. How it move, how fast did it move, and why is it moving. Once you're able to get it, it helps you to know exactly when to exit position and also when to easily jump into it. Because when you are trading volatility, a day trader, you don't wait to make 50%. You have a target that if you can take care of your cost, and also you can also turn in and out. But for those like all that are doing weekly traders, like are weekly trading, also they are doing monthly trading or 90 days, or you must look at stocks that as apart from the price action, you must understand what is the candlestick doing. Price action is the numbers of all the support. The candlestick, each candle gives you an information what is happening. If you able to decode that information the candle is giving you, you are good to go. Because if you are targeting to make 5% on a day, and you are consistent with that, that 5% is enough. On a day after your charges, you are paid 4%. Those that are paid high, so you are paid better. For me, you must understand it so that you will be able to work to make informed decision. But you must pay attention to your resistance and your support level when you are doing your price action. And volume is also you must set up your stop loss. That stop loss is very, very key. And you want to use uh, some moving average to do that, or you want to set it, or if I move 50, 7%, 10%, 15%, I cut. That depends. But if you did trader, you should know how to cut your loss, because you know that you want to make money on the short run. It's very, very bad. And also when you are trading volatility, you target what breakouts. It's another strategy that you must also have. That breakout is very, very important. When you trade a breakout, you get opportunity to create wealth for you by knowing when a stock has come also beyond a support level or resistance level. Target that, with this move, stock that, or you see also the momentum that is building on that stock, the strength of that momentum, because that will tell you how far the stock will go. And also you are able to identify a good trend, when a breakout occurs. This stock will go, you can't go with that trend, because you are trading the breakout, whether you are doing a daily work, you are doing weekly trading, or you are doing 90 days, or even you are doing a year, because it depends on your investment objective, or also the time horizon you have in the market. You must pay attention to this, because that breakout will help you to look at, what technical indicators am I using? Would I come with what? The moving average? Would I come with the money flow? Would I come with the momentum? Would I come with the MACD? These are the things that will help you, because on that note, you need to work to make sure that you turn around, because you are trading volatility. You must pay attention. Then also look at the crossing. The lines are there to know, because now trading volatility, indicators that will help you is very, very important. The relative volatility is there that you must pay attention. Also look at how far will it go. You must also do what call paying attention to the momentum, and also when you are looking at the price, like I mentioned earlier, that the volume is very, very important. For example, when you are looking at the price action, you are looking at individual candle. To give example, to give you, the summary of what is happening in terms of sentiment. If you look at when the market is going up in the month of May, you saw that here this candle here, this long one here, that the week up here is longer than the week down here. That's like it went up aside crossing 112,000, 200 and something up before pulling back for that same day. It sent a signal. The previous day he had moving up, but it didn't go down, but still in green. But here it closed in red of about just about 0.8% down. In the second day, before now we're seeing the fourth day of the month trying to come in green. But if you look at the market at the beginning this morning, was so dull, but gradually at this midday we're seeing improvement, which is also good. But volumes are very, very important. When we saw this high volume on the last trading day of the month of May, it's also sent a signal that yes, the markup here we are seeing from all this way to here, people are taking advantage of this to make profit, and they are about to take that profit. But any opportunity now that market to pull back, an opportunity for them to buy, you must pay attention to these candles, because it tells you a lot of what information. It reviews the story in the market for you. Since you review the story in the market for you, you must pay attention to that story, but that will help you to make what informed investment decision as a trader or investor. Because I believe that since you are in the market to make money, you don't need to work, just sit down and watch the market throwing up and down. You must have your own strategy that will help you to stay ahead of the market. And that is why trading volatility, you have the potential to provide a big reward when you use the right tools. the right is to put as mentioned, and be able to manage also your risk, no matter the market condition, whether a bear market or a bull market. You must set out the what your stop loss order so that it will help you to manage what risk, because it is the major thing. And most of us in the market, I would say that they what ourselves in this market, right, in this Nigeria market we are being. Most of us know when to jump into a stock, don't know when to sell. People will be making money, they will be tell you, can I take profit? It doesn't mean that you don't know what you are doing in that stock. If you have entered a stock and you have made profit, you know how to take profit, not that you have to ask about, because before you enter, you have a goal what you want to achieve. Even though others are making more than you don't need to feel bad because you have a goal and a target. If it has gone against your goal, then you must understand that following your guideline, your plan, change your plan, these are very, very important that you should know. And also, once you understand any tool that work for you, just because Mr. A is using no stochastic, they're using they want to use it. No, the one that work for you, you must apply it for what you want to do. So that at the end of the day, you also, even when you are trading volatility, you also use your trend line. Trend line is very, very important, because when you trade trend line, when you hit it and break it out, it also gives you a sign of what to do. That means trading volatility, you have to adopt different strategy I've just mentioned in this short class, so that at the end of the day, you will be in forward for it to make sure that you are smiling to the bank at the end of the day. But the good thing is that in any market you are trading, you might not get it right all the time, but let your winning side be more than what your losing side. Once it's in that direction, in that capacity, it's good for you, because that is what you need. When your winning game is better than losing game, better for you. And when you're on the winning side, you take your profit work gradually, so that at the end of the day, you also smile to the bank. Yes, I'll tell you that because of our time, I'll do a recording here. But before I finally close for today, I want to inform you that the register for masterclass today will be open by Wednesday. That is next tomorrow. So you can start doing your registration, start making your time, because also I've seen that there's a shift, a fundamental shift in global macroeconomic data, and also trading sentiment in the market, not only in Nigeria, across the globe. But how can we take advantage of this shift, in a fundamental of the economy, and also the sentiment we're seeing on NGX and other market? How can you harness it and make what and make money? That's why the masterclass for 2025 third quarter is coming up on the 28th of June forward for the third quarter of 2025. That means as we are entering into the second half of the year, that will be the what we are taking action. That's why it's holding on the 28th of what. Just the date so that you can now, by the beginning of this month, mark the date and start planning even your payment and also your time, because it's a 9 hour class. Start from 9:30 to almost 4:30 at times, go to almost 5, because of what discussion, how engaging it is. But you have to prepare yourself for it. But I believe that it's another opportunity for you. If you missed the first quarter and the second quarter masterclass, this is time for you to prepare and also make yourself available for this masterclass. For those that are subscribers to buy now, you still enjoy your 25%. Not subscriber will enjoy 5% discount on what on before the markup, the window for discount also close. By Wednesday, and really just log on to be made available, and also start making your decision and start booking for the masterclass. On this note, I'll say thank you. See you on Wednesday. Bye.